Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it's time for the Gnome Dies Stable Add Ons Assembly video. Hey, so I'm using the new Gnome Dies Stable Add Ons, and I'm going to assemble this. So first I'm going to start out with the little sheep. There are 2 sheep in this set, so you can actually have them facing each other if you wanted. So this is American Crafts black cardstock and white cardstock, and gray cardstock. So you start with the head, work your way down. There's the face. And then we have the body. And using my Barely Art glue, reverse tweezers, working on a Stampin' Up! Pad. All my die cutting was done with my Anagraph Empress. Kind of what I always do. Next, you're going to layer the legs on top. I cut them out of black. It doesn't matter because it doesn't show. Just adds a little dimension. So there are the 2 little legs, and then I'm going to add on the 2 little puff pieces. There we go. And just getting those in place. There it is. And then there are little hooves that you have to add. And I'm going to add those on the ends. You just have to see which one is which because there are 2 sheep facing in different directions, right? And I'm just adding on, whoops, the little hooves. And then we have this super cute little lamb, sheep, whatever you want to call it. And there's an A2 size card. Okay, next we're going to put together the other facing one, cut out of American Crafts black cardstock, and I'm using grays for this one. And a darker gray for the face. You see that there's a little cutout for the eye. There, next the body. So doing the exact same thing with these pieces, but it'll be facing the other way, right? There we are. And I just think these are so adorable. I'm going to add on the legs again that I cut out of American Crafts black cardstock. There, adding on with that glue. There we go. And then I'm going to add those little poofs. And add the last little piece there. And then the little hooves as well. Using an embellishment one for this is like, kind of handy because they're on the smaller side. And there it is. So I've got 2 sheep facing each other. Right? Isn't that fun? Okay, next I'm going to put together the stable, or the stable. And this is cut out of American Crafts beige cardstock, but it doesn't matter. No one sees that part. And I use Gmund Tindalo Woodgrain cardstock, or Gmund. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but it's just a kraft colored wood grain cardstock. And I'm adding on all the pieces. You start with the roof, and then you work your way down. There we go, using that Barely Art glue again. So this is very simple to put together. These are quite large pieces. You can make them fit on an A2, but you're almost better off making an A7, which is a 5x7 inch card. You have a lot more room to decorate that way. So I am just adding on these 2 little support beams, and then we will have our stable assembled. There, and I do weight it down with an acrylic block afterwards just to make sure it dries nice and flat. And lastly, there is a camel in this set. So cut out of American Crafts black cardstock first, and then some browns. So there we go. So this is kind of like a lighter brown. There. And next I'm going to add on the little inside legs, or backside legs, whatever you want to call it. And those are going to go in place. They fit perfectly. I think this camel is so darn cute. There we are. I'm going to add the little tuft on the tail with some American Crafts brown cardstock, like a darker brown, right? And I've got to add on that little back ear as well. There we go. Add the inside of the ear. That's American Crafts pink cardstock. And then we have this little leash or bridal or whatever you want to call it. I cut that out of American Crafts red cardstock. And you can see where it goes because there's like little bumps there, sort of shows you how to line it up. Right? So I'm just going to get that in place. There. Next, I am going to line up the other piece as well. Oops. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when your kid texts you in the middle of creating a video. I've got a stopping text. But anyways, this is a really cute little set, I think. And, you know, everybody's been asking for this. We've been asking for this as a design team. Just lots of fun to have a nativity set. And like I said, this would be great, you know, for layouts, like scrapbook layouts as well. Okay, so next I am going to add on, this is the little nose. So it's got the little nose and mouth line. Cut it of American Crafts black cardstock. And just line it up along the muzzle there. And then we will add on a little dot of glue for the eye. Now you could use an enamel dot for this if you wanted, but there is a little die cut you can use. So you just want to get it in place. See, this is why an embellishment wand is a good thing sometimes. And there we go. Isn't he cute? So there's also a star that you can add on here that is in the set. This is cut from, what's it cut from? Scrapbook.com's holographic mirror paper. And I do weight it down with an acrylic block. And then this is on an A2 size card front. We've got the two little sheep. And that's also, thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired with the team, and the Jaded Blossom store to get shopping for this release and the sale. Bye, everybody.